Okay, that completes the 1980s. Now on to the 1990s. First up is the second worst movie he's ever made, Hook. Absolute trash. D tier.
Whoa, what the fuck kind of fentanyl are you taking, OJ?
Your cap is over 9,000 on this one, Obama. You need to calm down.
No, it's not, Joe, and I will not calm down. Robin Williams isn't Peter Pan for 80% of this fucking movie. He's just some dumb, rich, white dude who's a terrible father and a bad husband. Hell, I bet Spielberg based him on you, Trump.
Not a chance. Peter ain't Gucci enough to be a stand-in for me.
Barack, the point of the movie was for Peter to find his imagination again, to remember what it was like to be a kid. That was the point of his character arc.
Joe, that character arc is stupid. Imagination doesn't put food on the table.
It's symbolic.
Nah, Joe, I actually kind of see Obama's point. In all reality, that fat black kid thud butt should have looked like Starvin' Marvin from South Park.
Thank you, Donald.
Don't thank me yet, Barry. The rest of your opinion is complete and utter bullshit. The score by John Williams is magical as fuck. The production design be drippin', and Dustin Hoffman is hands down the best live-action Captain Hook.
It also has sexy mermaids and a hot Tinkerbell.
Can't lie, I'd tap both in a heartbeat.
Dude, one's a fucking fish and the other is a fairy.
They're only half fish, Barry, and fuck you, your wife is a benzo-loving Tinkerbell. But that's never stopped you from nutting in her, you zesty punk.
And yet she's still got a better pussy than your plastic sex doll of a wife.
There's no plastic in her, Obama. Only silicone, thank you very much.
Guys, quit fighting. We need to move on to better movies. Trump, I love this movie, but it's not a masterpiece. I'm willing to place it in B tier.
I'm absolutely fine with that ranking, Joe.
Fucking bullshit. I'll never understand why this is a cult classic. Okay, up next is Jurassic Park.
S tier.
Enough said. This movie would have stood the test of time even without its sequels, and to this day, it's still the benchmark for every new dinosaur movie.
It's a pity they had to go and make more movies.
Oh, I don't know about that. I quite like Jurassic Park 3.
No cap, JP3 is a hood classic. Now for a completely different tone of movie, Schindler's List.
I hate to say this, but I've actually never seen this movie.
What?
How the hell have you not seen Schindler's List, Donald? It's required viewing.
What the fuck did you just say, Trump?
Jesus, am I live streaming this conversation or something?
Trump, you better give me a damn good reason as to why you've never seen Schindler's List, or I swear to Gad, I will call upon the unholy power which is Jewish Twitter, and we will annihilate your anti-Semitic ass.
Chill your tits, Ben. It's honestly a very simple answer. My accounting department has thousands of Jews in it, and whenever I watch Holocaust movies, I'm always reminded about how I'm slowly going bankrupt. And if there is anything that I hate more in this life than Stormy Daniels, it's bankruptcy.
You know, that's somehow the most understandable yet offensive reason for not watching a movie I've ever heard.
Not bringing your work home with you is understandable. Okay, Trump, you're safe for now. But if you guys don't show your support for Israel by putting Munich into S tier, I'm going to make all of your lives a living hell.
I don't think he understood the point of Munich.
Yeah, that dumbass probably sees it as some sort of Jewish James Bond movie or something. Back to it, Schindler's List is a must-watch. It's perfectly acted, beautifully shot, and deeply haunting.
Damn straight, homie. My favorite part of the movie is when he gives the speech about how he could have saved one more life. That scene always makes me cry.
Do you want it to be an S tier?
Either a low S tier or a very, very high A tier. It's a great movie, but after rewatching it for this review, I don't know if I ever really want to see it again. It's just not a movie I love watching.
I kind of agree. I've only seen it once, and I really have no intention of seeing it again. It's just too painful of a movie to watch. Into the top of A tier it goes.
Oh, Christ. Sadly, this is a movie I've actually seen.
Ah, yes. The sequel that disregards life's most important message. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
What a lame-ass title. Why the fuck would you put the obvious subtitle for the movie as its main title? It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, and sadly, the movie is just as stupid. It has some good moments, and I like its message of nature conservation, but everything else is a massive downgrade from the original.
And I swear, every character in this movie is either dumb as a rock or just downright unlikable.
Shit, even Jeff Goldblum was a letdown. The only guy I liked in this movie was the poacher. And what the hell was with that ending? That shit was more tacked on than Mia Malkova's breast implants. And none of it made sense whatsoever. Like, first off, where the hell did Vince Vaughn's character go? The guy is all like, look at me, I'm an on the ground and ready to fight kind of guy. But he just buggers off once everyone gets to San Diego. Second, how the hell did they ever have a chance to find a car, take showers, change clothes, and even shave before the boat arrived? Third, why was the T-Rex drinking from the pool? That shit had fucking chlorine in it.
And most importantly, in what fucking universe would Arnold Schwarzenegger ever play King Lear?
Hell, this one. Remember, we did get Megan Thee Stallion and She-Hulk, so anything is possible.
I honestly hate this movie, you guys. It's flat out D-tier material.
Nah, fam, that's too low. The cliff scene is too good of a sequence, and it lifts the movie into C tier.
The T-Rex is coming back and eating Eddie was stupid, but I do love that scene.
It's a cool death, though.
Oh, no doubt. It's just stupid plot-wise. Into C tier it goes. Now on to another lesser-known gem, Amistad.
Ah, yes. Or as I like to call it, Who Owns These Negroes? Or How Not to Use Morgan Freeman in Your Movie.
Can't lie, I sometimes call it that too, but I say niggas instead of Negroes. And mad facts. Morgan Freeman did nothing in this movie besides stand around and be an Uncle Tom.
I liked the movie. It had good performances from Matthew McConaughey and Jimon Hounsou, but overall, it's really bottom of the barrel for Spielberg's biopics. I also hate the ending speech from Anthony Hopkins. John Quincy Adams was definitely an abolitionist, but he would have never said any of that shit about slavery in front of the Supreme Court. The case was literally about property ownership and trade law.
You seriously gonna call African slaves property, Joe?
Oh, hush, Obama. That's literally how the world viewed them at the time. Speaking of slavery, I'm glad this movie didn't pull historical punches for the comfort of its audience.
Amen. Those scenes on the ships were brutal. I almost got sick from watching them.
I was kind of talking about how it showed black people selling their own kind into slavery, but okay.
Son of a bitch! I'm fucking done with your shit, Donald. God damn it. I fucking need a commercial break. You guys fine putting this into B tier?
Sure, I'm fine with that.
No complaints here.
Fine. Now, if you will excuse me, I'm gonna punch a hole in my wall and take a fat fucking rip from my Pikachu bong.
One bullshit YouTube ad later.
All right, fellas, I'm back. Closing off the decade and the century is Saving Private Ryan. As United States presidents, I believe we can all agree that this movie is S tier.
Most definitely, Barack. It's a little long, but I'll forgive it since every action scene in this movie is intense and gritty as hell.
I'd agree with you both, but sadly, there's one big dumb thing in this movie that I just can't forgive. So I'm going to have to put it in A tier.
And what is that?
Bryan Cranston's terrible one-armed character. Like, seriously, take a fucking look at this. The son of a bitch just put his arm in his jacket, and they didn't even shoot it at a proper angle to make it look good. Why the fuck didn't they just have him have both arms? Or why not hire some no-name actor with one arm to play him? It's not like his character played a big part in the story. Everything else in this movie is so expertly done, but this shit is more distracting than the fake baby in American Sniper.
Brandon, are you seriously going to dock a whole letter grade off this movie because Walter White couldn't pull off being an amputee?
No, I'm docking it a letter grade because that's some lazy-ass filmmaking.
Damn, bro. How about you tweet that to Bryan Cranston and see what he says about it?
Fucking bet. Opening Twitter now. Dear Brian, you sucked dick. Your missing arm was totally down your shirt. It was so obvious, and it looked worse than Rosie O'Donnell. Love, Joe Biden. P.S. I loved you in Malcolm in the Middle. That shit needs a reunion special. And sent.
God, that's going to blow up worse than Beirut.
I think you just signed your own suicide note, Joe.
Oh, like I frickin' care. It's not like I have much time left on this earth anyway.
Okay, just to be clear, you still love this movie, right?
Oh, no doubt. And the score by John Williams always makes me cry like a bitch.
Same, but you're still ratioed, Joe. It goes into S tier.